This could probably deserve a video on its own, and many people have actually already made videos about it, but I try to cut myself short. The start was really horrendous because you couldn't choose your map. It took ages until you finally got matched. You couldn't kick hackers, and if you had to leave for dinner or something like that, well then you're shit out of luck because you would get penalized for leaving a casual match. They really tried to take casual out of being casual. I really thought this would be the death of pubs, but it really isn't. Quick play just got replaced by this new casual system, and honestly it isn't even that bad. After they've actually been improving it, it's actually still pubs. I thought nobody would market garden, nobody would go hoovy, and guess what? People are still doing it. Nothing has changed, and the teams are still unbalanced as ever, which is the same as pubs have been before, and people still don't cap on Hightower until like half an hour. So I do believe people are actually kind of exaggerating here. It did go a lot better than from the start. Regarding competitive, I actually haven't touched it since the beta, so I can't really say anything about comp, because generally I do not like comp. I don't really like doing that, having pressure on myself and something, but from what I've heard, the leveling up system is kind of broken for competitive, and there's a really big problem with people abandoning. So yeah, that's still a thing that should get resolved at some point. But other than that, the only problem I currently have with casual itself is you can no longer play against your friends. You cannot duel them, you cannot fight against them because you are always in the same team. And if you create a party, you can actually have more than 6 players. I don't know if that's fixed yet, but if you have 12 players on one team and the party can only be up to 6 people, that's kind of broken. And I do think they just copy-pasted the code for the matchmaking system from competitive and from man vs machine, because there 6 players maximum makes sense, but in casual you have 12 people, and if you only have 6 people in the party, that doesn't even make any sense. But after all, the update isn't even all that bad. I mean, they added new maps and did some rebalances. The rebalances don't really matter for the most part because it's weapons that I generally don't use all too much. Some nerfs and buffs are pretty questionable. For example, the sun on a stick really still sucks because the upside barely matters. And why in the world did they nerf the cozy camper while leaving the Darwin's danger shield alone? But generally speaking, the update is not as bad as people claim it is. And to all of you people out there who have stopped playing this game because of this update, because what they've done to pubs are still the same. Give the game a chance, don't leave on day one, and actually come back and try it out. The new casual mode is actually still pubs. Nothing really much has changed. I'm not really saying though that you can't have an own opinion on this update, and I do think a lot of things actually went wrong because Valve actually added the map selection and removed the abandoning system for casual after a lot of people complained. So they initially thought that you could leave the system as it was on day one, and there's really a big problem. They just changed it after the community outraged, so there's really a lack of communication here. I mean, it's 2016. There are possibilities to actually communicate with the developers, because I do believe there's a huge gap between the players and the developers, and this system could be improved a lot better. It's in the hands of the community and in the hands of Valve to both communicate better, because before the update you don't really hear a lot of people having a say about what they want and what they don't. We really lay back and wait for Valve to release something. It doesn't really happen often that you do have suggestions, so it's really a problem on both sides. Generally, communication should improve. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the update. I made an extra video on that because it was too long for the Q&A. And well, with that being said, this is gonna wrap this video up, and wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.